Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, it is the weekends. The midterms are right around the corner, and we are continuing to drive forward with our gun rights every day in, day out, particularly on the weekends when we focus on the midterms and the upcoming elections. Now, what I'm going to show you today is an update on all the swing Senate races that are tied directly to our gun rights, because we are going to pass this on to the next generation. It's one of the things that we do on this channel. Everything we linked in the description box below. I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, Established Titles, and then I cannot wait to show you what I've got, including a little intro clip from Nancy Pelosi living on a different planet. The Established Title Packs give you 1 square foot of dedicated land in an estate in Edelston, Scotland, along with a certified crest like you see right here. This is based on a historic Scottish custom which will allow landowners to become lords or ladies, and if you act now, you can be in the LOA little plot so we can have our own little fiefdom. This is a fun and novel way to preserve the woodlands of Scotland. They work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for Our Future, to support global reforestation efforts. You could officially change your name to Lord or Lady and get it on your plane tickets and also on your credit cards. This makes a great last minute gift, and they have couple packs which you can get adjoining plots of land together. In order to give the ultimate conversation piece for that special someone, Established Titles is running a massive sale right now. Plus, if you use the code Langley, you get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/Langley to support the channel now. All right, so what would a good video on a Sunday be at Langley Outdoors Academy without Nancy Pelosi being able to stutter and stammer her way through false bravado? Let's get it. Everything is always linked. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think of this. You're going to like this.
Why don't the American people, according to the surveys, trust Democrats, but instead trust Republicans?
Well, let me just say you talked about what you perceive to be a change in momentum. Let me just tell you what I have seen over this past month. I don't subscribe to what you said, that they don't trust us. The fact is that in the last few weeks, the Republicans, recognizing now that they have a problem in this election, and you all have been telling them they're going to win for like a year and a half, but they're seeing what's happening on the ground. So they have placed unlimited money into these races with unlimited fact, with misrepresenting what the reality is. And it takes its toll. There's just no question. We won't have unlimited. We'll have to have enough. But we have to fight that perception that they're putting out there about inflation.
What? Okay, so her argument is, let's just break this down further. And then I'm going to show you the actual polling results, which completely contradict her. So the argument is there's a perception that there's momentum, but she doesn't believe it because the polls, she just doesn't believe polls. Not to mention the fact she believed polls for 9 months until right now. Anyway, then the GOP is spending unlimited amounts of money with unlimited amounts of facts. Okay. It's a false perception again, so she hits on the idea that this is just a narrative that's being spun by Republicans. And the media has been telling the Republicans they're going to win for a year and a half. What planet is she living on? And inflation is not a big deal. No one cares about it. The direction of the country in the wrong track polls, that doesn't matter. Biden's approval numbers, doesn't matter. Democrats' approvals, doesn't matter. Generic ballot, doesn't matter. All the things looking right in the face and giving headwinds to Democrats this election, doesn't matter. Nancy has spoken. And just to really rub salt in the wound, I'm going to show you the data of how she's completely wrong. Check this out. Make sure you vote. Get your friends to vote. Everyone vote. We got to vote. Do it. Okay. So here is the Real Clear Politics switch, hold, flip, all the different ratings on Senate races. What I'm going to show you is based off of this, and keep in mind there's an underestimation of GOP representation in the polls, which we've covered. Georgia's a little bit different case because there's always going to be a runoff, but let's start with Pennsylvania. First of all, Oz is surging in a dramatic fashion. Wait until I show you the actual polls. If you're in Pennsylvania, you need to get out because this is going to be a situation when Fetterman goes packing. Anyway, so right now, Fetterman is up 1.3 in the polls. They've got it rated as a toss-up, but it's going to end up being a GOP hold for the seat for Pat Toomey. This is important because all this summer, all this spring, Fetterman was winning by, 1,800 points. Well, look at the momentum shift on the polling that I'm showing you. Not only is, Fetterman kind of flattening, you've also got Oz directly shooting upward. Okay, that's just perception. It's nothing. It's just dark money Don't mention the momentum shift that I'm showing you right now because everything is going in an upward trend away from Fetterman in Oz's favor. Again, you got to get out and vote and support this if you're in this area. But this is what's going on the ground. Pelosi is trying her hardest to whitewash the idea of, no, it's just all perception. It's crazy. We'll be fine. Okay, well, let's continue to other states. Let's look at Nevada. This will be a flip. You've got Adam Laxalt versus Cortez Masto. The rating here is GOP pickup. They've got it rated as a toss-up. And right now, what's his name? Laxalt is winning in the polling. Okay, now let's go down and look at the other graphs I've got for you. Again, same things happening that's happening in Pennsylvania. Laxalt is shooting dramatically upward. He is leading by 0.08 with the momentum on his side completely. Here's more of the momentum shift. His is actually flattening out a little bit, but it's still in the upward column. Don't look at the numbers, just listen to Nancy Pelosi. Everything will be fine. Let's go to Arizona. Masters versus Kelly. They've also got this one rated as a toss-up. They've got it rated as ending in a GOP pickup, and this one is based off of the underestimation of Republicans in the polling, which to me is a huge flaw in the polling system. But let's keep going. So we've got a pickup. Let's look at the graphing for here. Look at Kelly falling off of a cliff in his approval number, or in his polling numbers. Laxalt is staying flat. Kelly is going down. This one holds a near and dear place in my heart because if Kelly gets kicked out, then Gabby Giffords no longer has a foot in the Senate at Giffords.org. That would make my heart smile. But let's continue because the momentum is also fading for him. Check this out. All the momentum is going downward and sliding away, which is mirroring what we're seeing in Pennsylvania, what we're seeing in Arizona, we're seeing Nevada, Georgia, what's some other, or Washington State, we've got Michigan for the polling. All of this is slipping. It's not just one race, it's across the board. But I'm sure it's just manipulation from lots of unlimited money and unlimited facts. Let's keep going to Georgia. Walker versus Warnock. This is actually a toss-up that's rated, and it's going to go to a runoff because that's the way Georgia works. It happens almost every year. You're going to basically have the top two, Republican versus Democrat, with everyone else weeded out. It always happens a month after the major election, or 2 months. That always happens. It happened in 2020 as well. That was one of the big points of consternation here in the state of Georgia. But that's going to be a runoff. But let's just look at the polling here. The graphical representation, Herschel Walker had a big dip down, then he's got back up, and it's now essentially a neck-and-neck race. Warnock is at 1 point lead. If I look at the momentum shift, look there, this is after the debates in Georgia. Warnock, complete reversal in red, is picking up with Walker. Again, don't believe your lying eyes, just believe Nancy Pelosi. Here's Ohio. They don't talk about this one much anymore because this was going to be a flip, right? Ohio Senate, Vance versus Ryan. Leans GOP hold, that's the ranking. Let's look at the graphical momentum charts. Vance is skyrocketing while Tim Ryan is dipping off of a cliff. If you go down to the other momentum that I'm going to show you here, it's never shifted away from dramatically red. When you are looking across the entire nation, when you are looking at all the things that we look at on this channel, the generic poll, the right track, wrong track, the Biden approval numbers, the Democratic approval numbers, the congressional ballot, the individual Senate races, the House, how they're not even talking about it anymore. Now, the best they can hope for is a 50-50 Senate. You cannot look at all the data that we're looking at and not say there's at least momentum. This is your opportunity. Every single one of us can get out there and make a difference. And when this dust settles, we can push forward with our gun rights even further and drive towards 2024 off of the momentum this time. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments field below, and I will see you on tonight's episode.